Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to the Primetime Alberta Sports Show. Tonight we have a special guest all the way from Boston. She is Clare Simon. She's a 16-year-old phenom goaltender who has taken the opportunity to go play in the JWHL. She did start her career here in Alberta and worked her way up the ranks. And tonight we're going to grill her on why the USA? Why wouldn't you want to stay here in Canada? Like, come on. So we're going to talk to her about that, ask her some really whacked up questions, and see what it's like playing in the States. So stay with us. Here's Clare. Clare, welcome to the show. Hope we're not keeping you up too late.
No.
Nice to see you again, little buddy. How you been? How's the States treating you?
It's pretty good. I mean,
Pretty good.
considering the circumstances, COVID isn't exactly ideal, but
No kidding, eh? Have you been walking around with your mask on, or have you just been hiding and staying in the shadows?
we're pretty isolated. We have our own rink, so we kind of just do school at the rink anyways. So
Nice.
we see each other. We wear our masks on and off the ice, so it's pretty
Well, that's-
strict, but
So pretty much you guys are keeping safe anyways. That's good to hear. So Clare, you're 16 years old now. You're out on your own. You started your playing career in Fort McMurray, Alberta. Tell us about it. How did you go from the little wee leagues pretty much all the way to the top league, one of the most competitive leagues in Canada and the US, the JWHL? So tell us all how it started.
I used to play ringette actually, and I was a forward. I liked scoring goals. And then my brother started playing hockey, and I got super jealous. I started wanting to play hockey as well. My first year, I wasn't a goalie. I was a forward as well. And then one time, like at that age, you rotate goalies, and then I didn't want to take the pads off. So now I'm a goalie. I played boys the majority of my life, except like last year was my first year playing girls. That's pretty much it, yeah.
So you started your career in novice, getting rotated through, I'm assuming, because up in Fort McMurray, there, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Clare, there's a girls program pretty much starts around Pee Wee Bantam.
We don't,
So,
when I was growing up, we didn't have a girls program.
oh, wow.
My first year novice, we had a girls program. My first year Adam, we had a girls program. But afterwards, there was no more girls teams. So I had either don't play or play boys. Then actually this year we have a girls team in Adam, which is really good to see.
Oh, that's really good to see, especially for those girls up there. There's really nowhere to go, per se. The closest town or city is Athabasca. So that's good to hear. So you played all the way through the ranks, playing with the boys. What made you decide? So U13, I guess, would be Pee Wee. So what at U13 did you just say, I've had enough, I want to play girls? Or sorry, it was midget that you started playing?
Yeah. Last year was my first year I played girls.
Cool. And where did you play?
I played in the CSSHL.
Nice. And how was that for you?
It was good. It was really challenging. I played female prep, so I was probably one of the younger ones in the league, definitely. I played against a lot of the Team Canada girls, and the majority of them are committed to D1 schools, so it was very challenging. It was good for me being away from home, super young. I learned a lot. I really enjoyed it. It was good.
So now, so you would have been 14, 15 last season. Now you're 16 going on 17 down in Boston. What's it like playing? Because if I'm correct, the JWHL, you're pretty much now playing pure prep hockey. What's the skill like? Is there any difference between the two countries? What are you noticing standing in net?
We actually haven't had any JWHL games because of the pandemic. It's really unfortunate, but we have been playing against teams from like the New England area. We played against a couple teams in New Jersey. We're supposed to be going to Philadelphia next weekend.
Nice.
We might be playing against the Junior Flyers, and so they're a JWHL team, so that's really exciting. Hopefully it'll start up in January, but it's kind of all up in the air right now.
Cross your fingers. Don't hold your breath. Cross your fingers.
We're kind of just taking advantage of all the ice we get now.
Yeah, right. So tell us about the program with Boston. Like, what's it like? How's the school? You just mentioned that you guys have pretty much your own private rink. So what's it like out there? Is it, would you compare it to like our Okanagan programs up here, or the NAX program, or how does it differ, and what does it look like on a daily basis for you?
I think we're more treated like a university program, definitely. We have our own rink. We go to the rink in the morning, we do our school. If you're done school early, you can go lift in the gym early, you can go on the ice early. Then we practice as a team for 2 hours, then we work out as a team, and then we go home. Sometimes we have study hall, but we're treated like professional hockey players.
Nice. So haven't had any games yet. Lots of practice. What's the practice schedule like? Is it one-on-one with a goalie trainer? Is it the team just shooting pucks at your forehead? What's it like?
We practice every day. Our goalie coach comes out with us twice a week. He's usually there Monday, Wednesday. He'll kind of hop in every now and then. We'll get time with him throughout practices.
Are you finding it more challenging than you would say that you had in the CSSHL with the type of treatment that you're getting?
I definitely think so, yeah. Last year, our team wasn't so skilled. I don't want to say that to be mean, but it's true. And the girls here are very, very skilled girls. And especially some of the girls we play against, they're very, very talented girls.
Mm-hmm. And the overall atmosphere that you in, is it like you mentioned already that it feels more like a college prep team? Is there, obviously there's going to be girl cliques and there's obviously argument every so often, but is it everybody's more professional, everybody shows up, like I can see that you're wearing, it looks like a hoodie or a jacket, so is it more, you guys come to the rink, you guys are professional young players, you're here for a job, is that what it's kind of like?
It's kind of, in a way, yeah. It's like we're still young girls. We still get to have fun. We still get to live our lives. But when it comes to game time, we're all here for a reason, and the girls are pretty good with it. We're very close, I think, and we really avoid drama, which is something I really like.
That's good. How are your teammates? What's the youngest? What's the oldest? Where are they from?
We have girls from pretty much everywhere in North America. We don't have anybody from the other side of the world, but there's 2 Canadians, myself and a girl from Ontario. Her and I are both on the U19 team. Then the rest of the girls are from just like spread out in the States. There's quite a few girls from the Mass area, but the U16 team they're all American. And they're from pretty much everywhere as well. Some of the 16s are 07s.
Oh, wow.
The youngest one on my team is an 04.
That's a big age gap. That's wow. And you all get along. That's good to hear. So obviously the support's there. What about the coaches? Understand there might have been a changing in personnel, or is everybody still there that's committed from last year?
It's definitely, I'm pretty sure it's very different than last year. I know the 16s have 2 of the same coaches, but the 19s, we have 2 coaches. They're both very, very good. Both of them played Division I hockey, one at RPI, one at UConn. Both of them played pro hockey, one of them for the Boston Pride, and the other one played for the Perth Inferno in Australia. So they know what it's like being a female hockey player, and they're very, very good coaches.
Have you been able to pick up any, have they been able to give you any stories of how they've applied their skills and their knowledge to the game? Have they shared any of that information with you?
They've helped quite a bit with our recruiting process, because obviously we all want to play university hockey. And I know there's a lot of girls stressing out because they haven't committed yet, but they both said they didn't commit until their senior year, so it's not really much to stress about.
How is that looking for you? Has this opened up more doors being in the U.S., or do you think it would be the same if you were still up here in Canada looking at Div 1 schools or even playing in U Sport?
I think it's really good here because, well, we're not terribly far from Ontario, which a lot of U Sports are there, and in the Boston area we have like 20 Division I schools within 2 hours from us. So it definitely opened a lot of doors.
So what are you looking at now? Are you thinking of continuing your playing career in the U.S., or are you thinking maybe if there's an offer to come back closer to home that you would entertain that?
I think it just depends on the school, I guess. Obviously, everybody wants to play Division I hockey. Like, I want to play at the highest level, and if a school was to offer me a spot in Division I and they didn't have my major and a school U sport did, I'd probably go U sport because I mean, hockey's not forever, unfortunately, and I need to have a career one day.
What are you looking at doing for a career?
I'm hoping to study, go pre-law. I want to go pre-law to study criminal justice, political science, something like that, and then take a year off, and I'll probably practice as what was I gonna say?
Paralegal?
Yes, that's what I was gonna say, and then go to law school, hopefully.
I'm just not the pretty face of the host here, Claire. I know things. So that's cool. So you've obviously looked at your career. The coaches are helping you look into the future. Have they been able to set up, like Boston Shamrocks have been around for, off the top of my head, at least 5 to 6 years. Have they been able to help you set up a profile? Do you think, would you encourage other players to look at this program? It's only been, 4 months, 5 months, maybe you guys have been on the ice. Is this something that you would encourage other players to look at if they want an opportunity overseas or playing in the US?
Yeah, I definitely would. I think it's a really good program. It's really good. I mean, I don't get to see my family, so it's really good for my maturity. And I mean, we're all online learning, we're doing distance learning, so it's really challenging that way as well. It really prepares you for university, especially hockey, where you're doing a lot of school by yourself. The training's really good. The ice is really good. Like, we're given the tools to become better.
You hit on family. Obviously, mom and dad still up in Fort McMurray. How are they feeling about all of this? Are they excited for you? Are they sad? Are they sending you care packages? That's the thing that counts. So how is that relationship going?
It's pretty good. I FaceTime them every night. I still get to speak to them, and obviously the distance sucks, but they're I was away from home last year, starting to get used to it, and I think it's more positive than it is negative. They're more proud than they are upset that I'm gone.
That's really good to hear, Claire. That's I think as hockey parents, as most of our viewers know, my daughter plays hockey similar to Claire in an elite academy, and to have them away from home as a dad, you're kind of like, but they grow up into young women that tend to flourish a little bit more. Claire, we got to take a commercial break because someone's got to pay for this show. So what we'll do is we'll just pause here, give everybody a quick minute to grab a cup of water, and then we'll be back with some more talk with our good friend Clare Simon. We'll be right back after these. And we're back with Clare Simon. Claire, thanks for joining us again this evening. We really appreciate your time. And today's broadcast is brought to you by KAAB Sports Marketing. KAAB Sports Marketing helps athletes around North America to pursue their career of attending a high caliber school, such as someone like Claire. Anyway, Claire, before we left, we were talking about family and how it's been down there. Have you been allowed out to explore Boston?
We're pretty isolated. We have one into the city one time, but it was pretty quick, and we didn't we're trying to stay safe right now.
Here, Claire, here's Boston. All right, back in the bus.
Pretty much, yeah. It was pretty
Wow.
cool.
So how long was the flight? Did you fly directly from Fort McMurray to Boston, or how did you get there?
I drove to Edmonton. I flew from Edmonton to Toronto, which was about a 4-hour flight. And then Toronto to Boston was about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Mm. So there in Boston, I'm assuming you guys are with billets?
No, we have a team house.
Ooh, no way. So how does that look? How many girls are in the one house? All of you?
13, I think, between the 19s and the 16s. We have quite a few girls from around the Boston area, some from New Hampshire.
So they just jammed you guys all in that house and are praying that there's no issues.
We have, it's a pretty big house. We have like 3, 4, 8 bedrooms.
How many rooms? Sorry?
8.
8? It's not bad.
So
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Must be better than living in a billet, because at least there, you get to stretch out a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the time schedule like? We briefly hit on it that you get up, go to school, blah blah blah, hit ice. But what time are we getting up in the morning? What time are we going to bed? What is a typical?
We leave the house at 7:15. I usually get up at like 7.
Claire.
No, I like put a bag on the toaster. Sometimes I'll run to like Market Basket or something, which is the grocery store, and get like fruit or something. And then we do school from 7:30 until 2 o'clock. We practice at 3 until 5. We work out from 5:15 till 6:30. Then we go home, and the rest of the night is ours.
So we have a clip here, Claire. I think this is a game. It's a real quick clip. But was this a game or a practice that you guys were doing?
That's a game against Ironbound.
Oh, cool. And that's obviously you there standing behind the net. So when games kick back up, I'm assuming a lot of them will be televised. Are they showing a lot of your practices and stuff for people back home too?
Yeah, all of our games are on Live Barn. Our rink has Live Barn, so all of our practices can be watched.
Mm-hmm.
That game in specific wasn't on Live Barn, it was on YouTube it was at the New Jersey Devils practice rink.
No way.
It was pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
They had like all the Stanley Cup banners up in the bleachers. It was pretty cool.
Have you bumped into any of them?
Not when I was there, but our practice rink that we have it used to be the Boston Bruins practice rink.
Oh,
So
cool.
we'll train there. Torrey Krug is on the ice every day. Charlie McAvoy is on the ice every day. Corey Schneider. There's a lot of pros that practice there before, like during the morning.
Mm-hmm. So who's your favorite player, Claire?
Carey Price.
Oh, Claire. Carey Price. We'll have to write that down. Hang on. Carey Price. He's a good guy, I guess. Do you still carry around your little guy?
Yep, he's always in my bag.
Does he stink?
I don't know. I don't smell him.
You should wash him, Claire. Just so everybody knows, I've known Claire now for about 3.5 years, and she carries around a stuffed Carey Price, and it's the most interesting thing. Yeah, it doesn't look like him at all, but it's kind of. Hey, what?
He's my good luck.
Sure. It's Carey Price, though. I don't know. I'd be carrying around someone that, perhaps won the Grey Cup. Or not the Grey Cup, sorry, the Stanley Cup. Well, the Grey Cup, too. But anyway. So, Claire, what's the pre-meal game squad? Well, you haven't had a game yet, but
we have games, but not in the JWHL.
Okay, so what's the pre-game meal look like? Is it worth showing up for, or is it just a salad and a piece of chicken?
It depends on the person, I guess. Like, me, I like Caesar salad. I don't like eating really heavy before games. So I usually like chicken Caesar salad or like just a salad. Garden salad is my favorite, actually.
So back home, who is the better cook, mom or dad?
I can't answer that.
Oh, come on now. It's okay. They're not watching.
I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but definitely my dad.
So mom's the better cook. Okay, that's good to hear.
No. Dad is definitely better cook. I
So,
think it's not that my mom's a bad cook. My dad's just a really, really good cook.
so an important question that, I think goalies are very particular. What is your pre-game ritual like? What do you do to zone in or zone out of the games? Because as everybody knows, goalies are kind of cuckoo. So what do you do for your Cocoa Puffs?
I actually don't really do anything.
Really?
Yeah, it's different. I warm up with my team. I have fun before the game. I find that if I focus in and I zone out, I play really bad. I don't have fun on the ice. So when I have fun is when I play the best. So that's what I try to do before games.
And if I'm correct, you're one of 3 goalies down there right now for the U19 team?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So overall, your impression of the Boston program is it's gleaming on you. You look much happier than you did last year. You seem to have absorbed what they're trying to teach you and to help you get along. In hopefully in January you get more games. I'm not sure if you would know this answer, Claire, but what would a typical schedule look like for you guys if there was one happening? Like, is it every weekend? Is there a game? Have they gone over any of that with you guys?
We don't really know much, but I'm assuming it'd be practice Monday to Thursday, travel Friday, game Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, and I believe the JWHL comes up to Canada. They play in Manitoba, Ottawa, I believe, and in Toronto, correct? I think.
The 16s play in Toronto. We play at Balmoral Hall, the Ottawa Lady 67s, the Chicago Young Americans, a team in Washington, and Naha. Oh, and Junior Flyers.
And do you guys still play the Little Caesars, I think?
At tournaments maybe, but they're not. Oh, we have a team in Vancouver.
Yeah, that's right. There is a team in Vancouver. They're just all the way out there. Yeah. Are you looking forward to the games? Are you are you ready to go? Are you pumped? Are you psyched?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see the high caliber that we have in this league. I know a lot of the teams have very, very high skilled girls. A lot of Team USA girls. The majority of them are committed to Division I schools. So I think that'll be really good for me.
That's good. What type of pads do you use, Claire?
Brian Optic 2s.
Nice. And glove?
CCM Premier 2s.
And stick?
2S Pro.
Ooh. Daddy went all out this year for you, eh?
Yeah, I guess.
Aw. So who do you miss more, your mom or your dad?
My dog.
Your dog. Wow. That hurts.
I can't pick, so I have to pick my dog.
Okay. Brother versus dog.
Dog.
Okay, brother and sister.
I can't pick.
Can't pick. Just go with the dog again, Claire. Go with the dog.
Dog.
I had one question, and it was on my mind. You were talking about playing and looking at the caliber. The amount of exposure that you're getting down in Boston, have the scouts or any schools been able to see you guys at practice or at any of the games so far? Or has it kind of been like up here in Canada where it's one parent per child and we have to sit like this and not breathe on anyone with our masks on? Is it similar to that, or?
It's strict, but it's not that strict. Where a lot of the girls on the team, I mean, we don't have parents that can come watch us because they're not here. The people out in the rink aren't always parents, so there has been coaches watching, and even if they're not at the rink, they can watch online. We've had a couple girls doing university tours already, but a lot of things are closed down right
now. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer with this COVID thing. It's obviously impacting a lot of especially the more senior, the 03 and 04 players like yourself, that it's probably really killing. It's killing a lot of the girls up here in Canada as well. Since you've had an opportunity to somewhat see some of the play, who would you say what would you say, if there is any difference between the caliber? Who's stronger that you've seen so far, the U.S. or the Canadian players? Or is it kind of equal, but the U.S. have better stick handling? Or what have you seen as a goalie? Because obviously they're coming at you. So what have you noticed so far?
I think every team is different. Like, for example, the Calgary Edge. They're a very, very good academy. They're a very good school. Their team last year was very, very good. So they would compare to a higher team, such as like the Junior Flyers or Naha. But it definitely depends on the team. Some teams are faster. Some teams are more physical. It just all depends on the group of girls you're facing.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else, Claire, I wanted to ask you. I've pretty much asked you everything. How's the weather down there?
It's so warm. It's so warm.
Oh, that's nice, Claire. I can't hear you, Claire. I think you said it's snowing and it's minus 40.
No,
Okay,
last week it was 25 degrees, I think.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was really nice.
That's really nice. It's warm here too. Today we hit +3. Well, Claire, I appreciate your time. Thanks very much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I think that it's, for a young lady your age to be able to travel and be able to go abroad to, especially the U.S., and be able to get in. That's one thing actually we didn't ask you. How did you get through the border? Did you sneak through? Did you
Well, basically, I actually almost missed my flight from Toronto to Boston because I was like held up at customs. And basically, Canadians are pretty easy to come to America. It's pretty easy. It's just harder for Americans to get to Canada because Canada is really strict with their COVID regulations, and America kind of just doesn't care.
I think they care, Claire. It's just that they don't have,
they
the policies.
Yeah, their population, like that's why they have so many cases. The population here, there's so many people.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Well, Claire, it was awesome seeing you again, buddy. I'm personally very proud of you. You've come a long way, and I wish people would. I hope they Google you and find more information on you. I think you're a great, talented young lady, and I really do wish you all the best of luck moving forward in your endeavors. And I hope that someone down there notices you and gives you the opportunity to play at a high caliber. It's been an honor talking with you this evening, Claire. Just stand by. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight on Primetime Alberta Sports Show. So great to see all of you this Wednesday. Stay safe, stay warm, and we'll be back next week. I believe we're going to be talking to some skiers. It should be pretty cool. A lot of ski hills have opened up, and we're going to talk to these young kids and see how they're doing. Join us next week, won't you? We'll talk to you all soon. Good night.